So, I was on a 3-day cycling trip with my dad recently. On the second day, there was this big hill planned for the route. From the bottom, we couldn't see the top of the hill, only in the winding curves of the road, like the coils of a snake. It was hot, and almost as soon as we started going up, I started sweating, having to wipe my stinging eyes when the droplets escaped from under my helmet. I felt the slow burn in my quads as we tried to keep the cadence up. I found a rhythm. We were in good spirits, chatting the whole way up and admiring the green forest on the hillside beside us. When we got to the top of this hill, we were gifted with a handmade bracelet. Colourful beads, each with a letter, lovingly strung onto black string. The letters proclaimed HTFU. Often preceded by the advice to drink some concrete, HTFU stands for Harden the Fuck Up. These bracelets had been made by one of the other riders on the trip, one for each person and saved for the top of this particular hill. It feels like a throwback to the What Would Jesus Do bracelets that were popular in my youth. Colourful beads, lovingly strung onto black string. But instead of invoking the Christian God, HTFU invokes the religion of staying hard and that approach to mental toughness. I can acknowledge that this was a very well-intentioned gift, but it just really didn't hit the spot for me. I guess my approach to mental toughness is much more focused on adaptability, the ability to take hits and bounce back, like Play-Doh, if you will. But recently, I've been doing more thinking about mental toughness, and I've come across this stay hard approach to mental toughness, and I've been wondering, why is that the norm for mental training? Is there something here that I'm missing? To find out, I wanted to do the 75 Hard program. A popular trend on social media, I think it really encapsulates the stay hard approach to mental toughness. For 75 days, you have to complete 5 critical daily tasks, and these tasks double down on exercising twice a day, sticking to a rigid nutrition plan, and strengthening your mental fortitude, all without rest, cheat days, or substitutions. If even one task is overlooked or left partially completed, the clock restarts and you're forced to begin the 75-day program all over, starting again with day 1. If we look at it as a form of the stay hard approach to mental toughness, I think it has 3 core elements. Firstly, it draws on shame. The language used in the promotional material highlights the doubts that most of us feel sometimes. It tells you that, I quote, "The real problem in your life is a lack of mental toughness and discipline." It implies that you're your own worst enemy. You're at war with yourself. These programs leverage this doubt, shame, and guilt to give you motivation. Secondly, it has a just do it, consistency at all costs approach. Never give up, never surrender, just do it. You have to follow the program with 0 compromises. The promotional material tells us, I see people trying to change or modify the program. That's the whole problem of your entire life. Which I kind of like, it's clean, right? It's this clean link from shame to the just do it philosophy. Very consistent. The third principle is pushing past comfort. Like the advice to drink some concrete, the thesis is that you have to push past your comfort zone and challenge yourself to the extreme in the effort to make long-lasting improvement to your mind, body, and overall outlook on life. It's the belief that mental training is suffering. It's practice being miserable. Cool. So we know what the stay hard philosophy is now, and maybe this is more effective than the approach that I've developed for myself over the last 12 years of doing ultra-endurance sports. My approach to mental toughness is founded on the idea that I am worthy of my own respect, which means that I can give myself permission to listen to what my body and brain needs. I can adapt anything as I see fit, because forward motion is the only important metric, and that the outcome of effective mental training is not suffering, but it's the ability to embrace uncomfortable, high-pressure, high-stakes situations and actually thrive in them. So I committed to doing 75 hard to the letter for 75 days. Did I learn anything? Of course I did. You can find out in part 2.